Okay, well, I didn't expect to start the video like this, but anyways, I've got two things to point out. The first thing is, well, kind of minor, but I want to say thank you guys for, coming to my channel, supporting it, and whatnot, because we're getting very close to 5,000 subscribers bit by bit, and we're pretty much getting there. Like, we're literally less than 300 away from achieving that goal, and if we can pretty much, get to 5,000 subscribers within less than 3 months, that definitely will be amazing and whatnot. As for what to do to celebrate the 5K subscribers special, well, I have no idea, but if you guys want to, post in the comments section below any type of idea in particular, you guys are free to actually do so and whatnot. And now, the second most important thing before starting the video is that I have officially launched a brand new Discord server for you guys to officially come in and join and whatnot. And yeah, basically, starting from today, you guys will be able to join this Discord server, and you guys will be able to talk with me, talk with some of the homies in here that I'm friends with and whatnot, and, also, play some mobile games like Bleach, Brave Souls, Dokkan, Legends, and whatnot. You guys will be able to hang out with some good people in here at the end of the day. And also, this is also a great way for, let's say, if you guys can't really find the time to do co-op and you want to actually farm with some people in here. Well, guess what? We have some assignable roles where you can actually go ahead and assign them yourself, and then for when you want to, per se, I don't know, farm Heart Only IZ, you just ping the Heart IZ type of role and be like, Heart IZ anyone, and you guys will be able to pretty much farm with each other without having to pretty much farm with randoms and whatnot. So, good way to pretty much form a little community up in here. And also, this is also a great way to pretty much be up to date with what I do on YouTube and whatnot, since I will also be posting my videos in here. All you guys need to do to be notified for every type of video I upload is take the subscriber role, and then when I upload a video in the channel called That's Uploads, they will all be in here, and you guys will be notified the moment the video goes live and whatnot. As for the OGs that have been staying in the old Discord server that I pretty much am in, well, basically what's going to happen to it is that all the old channels are basically going to be deleted, and one channel will pretty much remain where you guys will be able to join the brand new one in case you guys don't know what the hell is going on and whatnot. So, just keeping you guys updated and whatnot. This old server is going to pretty much go away, and we're all going to be migrating to this brand new one that we just opened today. So, yeah, that's all I really needed to say. The Discord server is already going to be open starting today. All you guys need to do is click the link in the description down below. It is literally right below the video. You cannot miss it if you guys want to basically join. So, yeah, I'll leave you guys to the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, lads. Play my intro, Aizen-sama. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your boy the Death Smasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today, I'm doing something I basically have not done before on my channel, and that is a top 10 list. Well, top 9 actually, since it's only 9 units. This list consists of mainly the anniversary characters, as well as other celebration units that were made for BBS that are in the premium pool and came into the game outside of anniversaries, such as the likes of Quincy Ichigo and the Art Book Ichigo. So that way, the list is a bit bigger to go on and can resemble a top 10, well, 9 list very well. Without further ado, let us go ahead and begin the list. Coming in at number 9 is the 4th anniversary version of Ichigo, being the fully holofied version, or in my case, and in many other people's cases, we like to call him Vasalorde Ichigo. Now, it sucks that this character had to be ranked very low in the list, because it's Master Lord Ichigo we're talking about here. The moment he went ape upon being revived by Orihime and slaughtered Ulquiorra like as if it was nothing. The main problem about this character is that he was made for PvP. This character was a PvP counter to 1000-year blow Retsu, and it was a very unnecessary one at that, since we already had Kanfero no Noitora doing the job at killing Unohana. He does come armed with Flurry and Poise, Captain Killer, has Last Ditch as a soul trait, as well as being able to prevent Brave Battle Healing and also having 20% DR against only captains. That's not so bad, so why was he unnecessary? Simply put, lack of status elements, not having an actual DR skill that works against every enemy in PvP, because let's be real here, captains for the most part are dead in PvP except a couple of exceptions, and just didn't have the skills necessary to be an actual toxic character in PvP. Now, you can still use him in PvP when at 5 out of 5 with 300 defense. You can just go with full defense accessories, full DR and Last Ditch, and tank. But when we basically have better alternatives for PvP already, he just doesn't cut it. Now, for autoing in PvE, he will basically perform just as any other Nad Flurry character would, and be able to auto harder content such as Inheritance Zone and Droplet Zone, but will need to guard break a lot with his strong attacks. No guard break means he ain't suited for clearing fast. His real place where he shines right now is mainly in GQ for when we have Captain Week. Having him at 5 out of 5 for that week means that he will be a very big hand in clearing the week alone, while having a booster and an SP character backing him up. And having that Last Ditch soul trait built into him will come in handy, as he has a lot of survivability. As an anniversary character, he is the worst out of the batch, but not unusable. And I'm very thankful that K-Lab at least had the decency to give him Flurry to make him good for Guild Quest.
俺の中の力の全部これでてめえを倒す行く
Coming in at number 8 is the New Year's 2019 version of Ichigo, otherwise known as Quincy Ichigo. But wait, why is he a no affiliation character? Anyways, this character right here, we were all very much hyped and excited for. And it turns out he wasn't as good as we thought. He is a speed unit with Frenzy, having the no affiliation killer with a 14% recharge soul trait. He had the highest SP in the game for his time and was an absolute must-have for some common quests. So where does he fall short? Unfortunately, the character basically has range collision on all of his strong attacks. 40% mag pushback attack on his SA1, 3-way split SA similar to 1000-year blow Kisuke's and Orihime's first strong attack on his SA2, and his SA3 being the only good strong attack is full screen 1000 radius, as weakening on everything. If he didn't have no affiliation killer and had per se Soul Reaper, Hollow, or Aronker killer, then fine, he would have been a decent character, but it's the no affiliation killer that holds him back in particular. You want him to be good? Good luck. You're gonna need to 5 out of 5 him and max transcend him to be good. And I'm talking about mainly for co-op in particular. For single player quests, he can clear just fine without being 5 out of 5. His main use is basically being a link for speed units and a boss killer in Sinkamen quests, since he does push back a lot on all of his strong attacks. All problems aside, if you guys are wondering why he is ranked higher than BL, is because at least for PvE, he can still clear a lot faster than him and can nuke with his special. This character is a disappointment, but it is what it is. If you guys happen to enjoy this character, by all means play as him, it's just that there are a lot better characters, and I do not recommend using him for a no affiliation week. There's literally better units to use.
見届けるがいい全てを無に返すこの力を トルメンタルムルシエラ
Up next at number 7 is the 3rd anniversary Ulquiorra, my favorite Espada, favorite character in all of Bleach, and my favorite unit overall. This character was the very first unit to get the no affiliation killer, and he actually aged quite well as a character. He's still fun to use to this day, even if there are better characters, but this is where I'm going to start being realistic. He has Frenzy with 25% strong attack damage on his soul trait, so no cooldown reduction. He has a lunge forward on first, second strong attack boosts and gives out shields, and the third strong attack is a charged strong attack where upon fully charging it, it becomes 900 radius and hits very hard. Oh, and I forgot to mention, he has weakening on everything minus his SA2. No debilitator, however, but it's still nice regardless of how you can weaken while having a second Tron attack that can boost. The problem with this character is the fact that he lacks recharge and havoc. The no affiliation killer is in no way holding this character back, since he can still put out enough damage to kill the mobs and has a boost on his second Tron attack to compensate for the lack of killer. But the fact that you need to wait for a good 24 seconds even with a full 14% recharge build into Ulthiora is bad, and not having a full screen third Tron attack is what mainly is holding this character back from being a very amazing unit. We are still due for a resurrection for this character, and if he picks up Havoc and Recharge, then the deal is done. This would put the character back on top and be even more enjoyable than he already is. And that's not asking for too much, K-Lab, just two things. That being said, despite the flaws, he is still going to clear content relatively well, and in No Affiliation Week, he works insanely well when max transcended at T20 since he hits hard on the SA3 and can provide more boost to the team. So he still has a lot of use in this game as of today, which is still saying a lot.
見せてやるぜ俺の力の全てをこの一振りで型をつける月が天使
Next up, for number 6, is 2nd Anniversary Ichigo, also known as Lunar Ichigo. Upon release, he was decent as a character, but was filled with flaws such as having no recharge and an extremely linear ranged collision SA1, as well as the SA2 being classified as a melee attack, meaning that you would be missing out on some enemies where you have not broken their guard. But now, years later, he got his resurrection and became insanely good. He received a massive upgrade where he picked up Havoc at 20% and additional 20% Berserker, as well as getting 10% recharge on his soul trait. Adding with his 25% strong attack damage link and the Berserker, he basically has 45% strong attack damage, meaning that he is going to be hitting insanely hard. He isn't a rocker killer, and his kit mainly consists of a range collision 120% mag pushback attack. The SA1 is still linear, but now thanks to Havoc increasing the range, it did become a lot more tolerable where you can line up the strong attack and kill more enemies. SA2 is a lunge forward, and that has been turned into a ranged attack. And his SA3 is by far one of the best charged strong attacks in the game, where if you don't charge it, it's still gonna have 960 radius, but when you charge it completely, it goes beyond full screen, literally reaching 1200 radius, and he is still by far the only character to have a beyond full screen charge SA3, making this character very unique. This character is the definition of how to do a resurrection, and K-Lab did justice to the character. Not only is he just a link for your best speed units, but is also an insanely great unit, where if you somehow were to get this character 5-5, you'd be killing two birds with one stone by max transcending him. Good job, K-Lab. I'm hoping you don't disappoint with Anniversary Ulquiorra.
Nuggets.
Coming in at number 5 is another 4th anniversary of Ichigo, and it's his Mugetsu form. Mugetsu upon release was by far the best hard character in the game, period, until we started getting units with Havoc and Berserker at 20%. This unit came out at the time when they just started making top tier units, so it is a shame that they didn't release this character a bit later. But this unit still holds up well regardless, even without Berserker and Havoc. Mugetsu has weakening on everything, and is the first non-tag team unit to ever receive double killers. He got Holo and no affiliation killer, and his kit consists of a lunge on SA1, 800 circular radius AoE in front on his SA2, and a full screen 1000 radius SA3. That being said, the kit does have some flaws, where his SA1 does have some hitbox detection issues when hitting from the back of his lunge, and his SA3 has a delayed activation time. But all cons aside, this character is still pretty good. He's not as amazing as he was to this day, but should you guys happen to get him 5 out of 5, he is still worth max transcending and will make a very good unit to use for everything PvE related, and you can even kill two birds with one stone, since he can be used for both Melee Holo Week and No Affiliation Week. Great unit, K-Lab, but you should have delayed his release.
我が剣筋兵に見切ることなく わぬ。
Now from here on out, between the 3rd and 4th spot, it was quite difficult to evaluate which should get which, but in the end I decided to go for this route. Up next at number 4 is the 5th anniversary version of Byakuya. And oh boy, we certainly did not expect him to get an original design, because he did and impressed a lot of us. 5th anniversary Byakuya has Hollow and Soul Reaper killer, so he continues the trend of getting double killers because it's a celebratory / anniversary unit. Except this time, he has Havoc at 20%, Berserker at 40%, and oh, what's this? He even has Bombardment! His skills are stupidly broken! And what's more, he was the first character to come with a new skill called Sharpshooter, which essentially ignores Range Guard and also nullifies ranged resistance, making him a must-have for extreme co-op and makes him usable for 4 weeks of GQ, useful in both melee and ranged variants of both Hollow and Soul Reaper weeks. Now, what of his kit? It's very particular. Is it bad? Not at all, and let us dive into it. His SA1 is an 18% range collision pushback attack, which is by far one of the worst strong attacks that we could possibly ask for in the game. But don't let that disappoint you. His SA2 is by far one of the best second strong attacks in the game, because get this, it is a 960 AoE in front of him, does the 4 hits, and then turns into a homing vortex, which tracks enemies, stun locks them, and does damage, completely making up for having a very garbage SA1 because it's the equivalent of having 2 strong attacks in one. And his 3rd strong attack is a vacuum into explosion type of strong attack, where the radius starts off at 1200 radius and then drops down to 800 radius. For those that aren't familiar, take for example Kokuto's SA3, but the mags instead start off at 100% and reduces to 20%. That being said, it's a good strong attack, but I can understand if some people may not like it since it locks you into place. So for things such as epic raids, you need to be careful for when it comes to using his 3rd strong attack, since invincibility frames do not exist in there. But that being said, this character is regarded as the best speed unit by many of the player base alike, and I personally think the same thing. This character is the best in speed since he has a lot more things going for him that makes him unique. Other than that, he's an excellent character to play as.
俺にできるのは全ての力をこの斬撃に込めることだけだ。
At number 3, we have the 5th anniversary Ichigo, and from here, I will explain my reason as to why I ranked him higher than Byakuya, but first things first, let's go over the character. He, like Byakuya, has dual killers, but has Hollow and a Ronker killer, and also comes with his own set of OP skills. Has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, a Berserker of 60%, no Bombardment this time, just a regular Devastation at 40%, and has Marauder, which is basically similar to what Sharpshooter does, but ignores melee resistance and melee guards. He has Weakening on everything, and his kit involves a lunge forward on SA1, SA2 being the regular 960 in front, and the SA3 is an AoE charge distance draw attack. Without the charge, it's 840 radius. Fully charging it, it becomes a whopping 1080 radius. My reason for putting him above Byakuya is simply because he hits harder and has a much better 3rd strong attack. This character has nothing wrong with his kit whatsoever and is easily regarded as the best power character in the entire game. Even though we had 1000-Year Blower Rukia competing with him, Ichigo still holds the candle much higher than Rukia because of all the assets that this guy has. Just like Byakuya, he's a must-have for extreme co-op and can be used for 4 weeks of GQ, being both melee and ranged weeks of Hollow and Ronker killers, making him just as valuable as Byakuya. Superb character even after a year, just like Byakuya. Number 2, we have the remake of Lunar Ichigo, otherwise known as the Art Book Ichigo, which was released to celebrate the official Brave Souls art book. Now this guy is not an anniversary character, but he sure as hell plays like one, because this character is absolutely broken. Just like 5th anniversary Ichigo, he has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, a Berserker of 60%, and Marauder. But that's not all, this character has Bombardment, poise, and some hella good innate skills, which includes complete status immunity, meaning that he is immune to all status ailments, Sprinter +2 with Long Stride, making him by far one of the most broken and fastest units that we have in the game, and on top of not being able to get staggered by enemies, makes him a must-have for any account in particular. He has weakening on everything, and his kit is how it follows. SA1 is a 750 radius vacuum vortex attack, basically the same SA2 that Kanfer and Shunsui and Kanfer and Shuhei has, and it being an SA1 works very well because it's got good range and it's still going to kill a good number of mobs with that strong attack regardless. The only issue is that it stun locks you, so for ERs when using this character, you have to be careful. SA2 is the classic 960 radius in front, and his third strong attack is full screen 1200 radius. Absolutely monstrous and is by far the best tech character that we have in the game. For the longest time, tech has been lacking its very own trump card, where it consisted of having a good kit with Havoc and a high Berserker, and to see that we finally have it makes me feel very happy about it. And not to mention, they did even more justice with remaking Lunar Ichigo from the ground up. He is just perfect in every way, and I can't help but give out that his only flaw is his SA1, and even then, just like 5th anniversary Byakuya, it's completely passable. So kudos, Kayla.
落ちてゆくがいい惑い乱れて砕け散れ
You guys saw it coming. At number 1, we have the almighty god, the transcendent one, Sosuke Aizen, in his glorious 6th anniversary form. This character is by far the best anniversary character released yet, the best heart unit in the game, and most of all, the best SP based unit in all of Bleach Brave Souls. Why is that? Well, for starters, his kit is perfect. Has a 3000 length beam with a 1020 width, so the range of the SA1 is even larger than an average 3000 length beam, which we are all used to having for basically every unit that has the SA. SA2 is the same one as Byakuya, where he does the 960 radius AoE in front, and then turns into a homing vortex. The only slight disadvantage this time around is that there is a slightly slower activation time, but even then, I digress. His third strong attack is 1200 radius. By far, the best kit he has in the game. And that's not all though. His skill is what makes him shine the most. His innate skill consists of being immune to being paralyzed, 50% dodge rate to all Soul Reaper enemy attacks, so in Arena, he's going to be very toxic towards all Soul Reapers, as he's just going to be hard to kill. Only Daddy Ichigo as a Soul Reaper will pretty much have an advantage and can nullify completely, since he can read Soul Reaper dodges. As for the 6-star skills, he is the second character to have Sharpshooter. Also has hit hidden enemies, so no Zeta Pill is needed on Aizen, 20% full stamina damage boost, Havoc at 20%, and is the first character to ever get Frenzy +2. For those that aren't aware, Frenzy is the skill that doubles the damage you do with the strong attacks in order to make the SP characters even remotely viable for PvE content. With Frenzy +2, the strong attacks will be tripled, allowing you to do triple the damage and just easily outperforms units that have Frenzy with a 60% Berserker, including Daddy Ichigo, Artbook Ichigo, 5th Annie Ichigo, and Noel, who even has an 80% Berserker. He may not have a very high Berserker, but right now he doesn't need it. He is already doing triple the damage anyway, and he even has full stamina damage boost, which in a sense is the Berserker that he gets, and with the fact that he even has Drain, you can maintain the full stamina damage boost with ease thanks to the kit that he has alone. He also has Soul Reaper and Captain Killer, so just like Artbook Ichigo, you can use him in 3 weeks of guild quests, being both the melee and ranged variant of Soul Reaper week, and of course, Captain week. And for Captain Week, he is going to be a very big MVP since you can stun lock the bosses with the second Tron attack and even have your supports do full damage and survive the entire run, making him that much of a valuable character. It's been over 3 years since the last really good Aizen being the power one, so to see an Aizen so OP that just breaks the game makes me feel happy. Good job, K-Lab. You guys delivered immensely well, with having a good banner, a superb character, and an insane soundtrack. Couldn't be more happier. Thank you guys for watching this very long video. I won't lie, this was my first time making this type of video, and I'm glad it came out okay. If you liked this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. Don't forget to join the brand new Discord server, link will be in the description below. This has been your boy the Death Smasher, and I am signing out. Take care guys, peace out.